It's here. I told you guys that those teasers were it. The trailer, the official trailer, is out today. Hey, what is up you guys? This is Steffi, aka My Humble Opinion, and today we are finally going to be reacting, reviewing, breaking down the official Whitney documentary trailer. If this is the first video that you're watching from me, hi, my name is Steffi and I make a variety of content on my channel. I do travel vlogs and I do reaction review videos to TV shows and I do album reviews and movie reviews, and yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on my channel. But in today's video we will be watching the Whitney trailer, and I just also wanted to say, if this is the first video that you're watching from me, I actually watched and analyzed the European teaser trailer and the American teaser trailer to the Whitney documentary, and I will link them down in the pinned comment down below, so if you want to check that out, you can, because this is a journey we've been building towards, and the next step on this journey will be the actual movie. But let's just stop talking. Let's watch this. Also, I wanted to just say Whitney's here with us. This is my second Whitney Houston shirt that I own. I need to get more before this movie comes out. But okay, let's just go. This is like 2 minutes and 30 seconds long, so okay, here we go. Okay. Oh! Okay, this is like a mix now. Oh, the voice? Oh god! Oh shit, okay.
Her voice
was
totally knocked out.
Oh, you missed something if you don't see her live.
The legend that lives on. Her story.
There were times when
oh shit.
I would look up to God and I'd go, why is this happening to me?
Oh, here we are.
From a family of singers.
My mom, she was a little tough on Whitney because she knew what Whitney had. There were always a lot of secrets. When you don't resolve things and you don't deal with things, they never go away.
Oh
Tell me about Robin Crawford.
Robin was her safety net. Bobby was jealous.
Oh!
He wanted to be on the stage. He wanted to be in the forefront. And eventually, she stepped down to lift him up.
People think it's so easy, and it's not.
You got class. You got some whole new ride.
Now, one thing, Paula Abdul ain't shit. That girl is singing off-key on the record.
Why didn't Sissy do more? What was Whitney's drug of choice? What was it that drove them apart? How much do you think you spent? Did John ever try and get rid of Robin? Were they in love? You must have known about the drug use.
Oh shit.
I never knew there was any addiction. Do you think she understood herself?
I had fun, and that's all that matters.
Hearing her sing stuff.
Oh, baby
She made
face.
people proud that they were Americans.
I love you, Whitney.
She was beautiful.
I'm singing music from my heart.
Hot.
Wow, I was genuinely speechless watching that, because wow. Well, folks, let's break this down, because there truly is a lot to talk about with this trailer. Oh my god, this could potentially be like a 30-minute video. I'm gonna try and not make it a 30-minute video, but I was clutching my invisible pearls throughout that. Good lord. Okay. I will say though, before we begin, I think, like, in terms of like editing, I'm always very observant with how things are edited. I think comparing the European teaser trailer and the American teaser trailer and then the official trailer, I will say that I think I liked, in terms of the editing cut, I liked the European teaser trailer the most. That teaser trailer definitely made me very excited. The American teaser trailer made me very emotional because they scored that with I Have Nothing. Here we get a little mix of the two. We start with the beginnings of I Want to Dance with Somebody just in terms of like isolated vocals, and then they proceed to I Have Nothing. But I will say, watching this, I got a little emotional for sure. I think it's mostly because of I Have Nothing, but it left me with like, oh God, like what questions will be asked and what questions will be answered. That's kind of like my overall thought after watching this trailer. But now I'm gonna break it down as best as I could. I don't think I'm gonna like stop and go as much as I did in the prior videos, because those videos were literally like 20 minutes long, and that was me literally just dissecting, I think, like a minute, and this is 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So let's just go. Okay, this is all very similar kind of to the European. Of course, they're gonna begin with Clive Davis. Honestly, like, I know some people within the Whitney fan community probably don't like the man, and I, for one, I don't know every single thing, good or bad, that Clive Davis has done. Did I think it's a bit sketch that he continued to party while Whitney's body was a couple floors above? Yeah, I do think that was a bit sketchy, and to be quite honest, I think his excuse after watching the Wendy Williams interview about how she would have wanted us to continue partying, I don't accept that. But you can't deny the importance that Clive Davis played in Whitney's career in terms of molding her to be as commercially palatable as possible. While some people may argue with the means that he went about doing that, his plan for the most part worked. I mean, she really did appeal to a mass audience, and I can't deny the importance that he played on Whitney's career. That's kind of like my Spark Notes thoughts on Clive, but let's keep going. We've seen this.
Totally knocked out.
Yeah, okay. We've seen some of these clips in the teaser trailers.
See her live.
I love Who Do You Love. One of my biggest things that I'm very excited for is seeing Whitney rehearsing, specifically Whitney rehearsing when she was like in her prime. So I'm talking like if we could get some 80s rehearsal footage of Whitney on tour, or early 90s Whitney rehearsing, just seeing this and the fact that they are, highlighting Who Do You Love, which I wouldn't say is Whitney's like most popular song by far. I think that's a song that the Whitney fans really know. I'm glad that they highlighted this little moment in the trailer.
There were times when I would look at the God and I'd go, why is this happening to me?
Oh, Whitney. Okay, now we're in I Have
I come
Nothing.
from a family of singers.
My mom, she was a little tough on Whitney.
That's another thing I really hope that they include. Don't spend too much time on it though, but I hope that they do include a little bit of backstory in terms of Whitney's family and their history in relation to music. I don't think a lot of people are aware of how far back music really goes in Whitney's family. Some people don't like Cissy Houston's voice. I think, she has a very unique and great voice, more catered towards gospel, which is what she's known for, but I don't think a lot of people really understand like what an amazing vocalist Cissy Houston was and how important she was to a lot of different artists, from like Elvis Presley to Aretha Franklin in Ain't No Way. Like, I bet you a lot of people don't know that Cissy's on that track. So I hope that within this documentary that they sort of establish Whitney's like musical roots.
Because she knew what Whitney had. There were always a lot of secrets. And you don't resolve.
Okay, there's always a lot of secrets. There's always a lot of secrets. Like, what secrets are you trying to imply? Like, there's a lot of secrets in Whitney's story, but my specific question is, what secrets are you willing to talk about in this documentary?
You don't deal with things. They never go away.
The secrets never go away. Like, they put Gary talking about there's tons of secrets and if you keep them close to your chest, they never go away. Like, are they gonna kind of talk about, within the fan community, I feel like it's been speculated that there was some tension between Whitney and her mom, and whether or not this is true, that maybe Sissy was a bit jealous with how successful Whitney's solo career ended up becoming because she never was really able to find that level of success within her own career. Are they going to talk about that? Is that even a thing? I don't know. Because I think that's interesting that they put that line like while they were introducing Whitney's mom and the history of music in the family. Oh, okay, wait. And I also think it's interesting that they said the line about secrets, and then the next clip in the trailer, they show Robin. That's Robin, I believe. This is Robin? Who are these two ladies? Okay.
Tell me about Robin.
I don't, like, okay, I've seen on Twitter, I don't mean to, like, burst your guys' bubble if you haven't really been following this, but I've seen on Twitter that some people have seen the movie and that I'm like surprised about those tweets saying that they don't talk about Robin and they completely like erase her in the documentary because they're including her in this trailer. But then I'm also wondering too, like, in what way are you placing Robin in Whitney's story? Like, are you just gonna be saying like, oh, she was just a friend? Maybe that's all she really was. Or are you saying she was just a friend because you're still trying to hide the possibility that maybe there was something more there between Whitney and Robin?
Robin was her safety net. Bobby was jealous.
God, like,
His heart was, he wanted to be on the stage. He wanted to be in the forefront. And eventually, she stepped down to lift him up.
there's just, okay, honestly, I just feel like there's so much to cover in regards to Whitney's life in terms of like the secrets and like the good points, but also the low points. Like, it's just so, I feel so overwhelmed thinking about how much there is to cover in Whitney's life. I don't know what the running time is of this documentary, so I'm really questioning like exactly what are you going to include and how deep are you going to get into the subject, because there is just so much. Because we just went from like Whitney and her mom, Whitney and Robin, and now Bobby and Whitney, and this weird like tension between Bobby, Whitney, and Robin, which, you know, was also covered in the Whitney Can I Be Me doc, but
People think it's so easy, and it's not.
You got class, you got some whole ride.
Now, one thing, Paula Abdul ain't shit. That girl is singing off key on the record.
see, I want to see more moments like that, like Whitney raw, unfiltered, and just like talking about her thoughts and feelings, more specifically on music and the industry. Because I think, you know, sometimes people tend to discredit Whitney and they think she's just a voice and that's all she really was. Yes, even though Whitney didn't write her own songs, there is still something to be said about Whitney's ability and gift in interpreting lyrics and bringing a song to completely new heights. There is a huge musical ability and gift and talent needed to do something like that. And I hope in this documentary that they include Whitney talking about her thoughts on music and the industry and live performing. I think it'd be interesting to hear thoughts from a Whitney in her prime in the early 90s in the context of music today in 2018. I don't think a lot of people sing live nowadays, and just the caliber of talent isn't really what it was, and the level of expectation of what it takes to be a performer isn't really what it was. So I just hope that this documentary really highlights that.
Why didn't Sissy do more? What was Whitney's drug of choice? What was it that drove them apart? How much do you think you spent? Did John ever try and get rid of Robin? Were they in love?
Dude, Whitney's reaction of, that's literally how I felt the first time after watching that part of the trailer, because it's again like what I was saying earlier, it's just so much. There's so many questions you sort of need to address if you're going to be doing a documentary about Whitney's life, because her life was just so, there was just so much life lived. Whew.
You must have known about the drug use. I never knew there was
L.A. Reid, come on.
any addiction.
And I think that's so interesting too, that it seems like the person asking the questions, I believe the director's name is Kevin McDonald, he's willing to go there with these people and he's not afraid to ask the questions, which I think is like really, really great, especially because I think a lot of the people in Whitney's camp and a lot of the people that surrounded Whitney, they were really good at denying certain things about Whitney and what was happening with her life. I think you need someone like a Kevin McDonald to be very direct and blunt and not afraid to go there with these people. And the fact that they established that in this trailer makes me feel hopeful.
Do you think she understood herself?
I had fun. And that's all that matters.
Again, also, fingers crossed, I'm hoping that we get Whitney in the recording studio. Again, specifically during her, like, prime, like, late 80s, early 90s. I want to see Whitney in the freaking recording studio. Because, like I said in the prior videos, I think a lot of people, they know that Whitney is a phenomenal singer, but I really don't think you know what a great singer she was unless you've seen, like, footage of her singing live, not necessarily, like, the end product on a record. So I hope we get like raw footage of her singing these iconic songs in the recording studio. If we could like see moments of her vocally arranging herself, that'd be so great.
You're saying this does me.
I have such a soft spot in my heart for Babyface. I just like think he's so great and I love the work that he did with Whitney. So I'm just so glad that they included him in this documentary.
Made people proud that they were Americans.
I love you, Whitney.
She was beautiful.
I'm singing music from my heart.
Heart.
Yes, yes. Well, I'm really at a loss for words because mostly out of a very overwhelming sense of you have so much to accomplish within this documentary. And you know what's so interesting is I think about that 10-part O.J. Simpson documentary that they had on, I think it was like ESPN. I believe it was called O.J. Made in America. I feel like honestly they could have done something very similar to that with Whitney's life in terms of breaking up her life and really being able to delve deep into a lot of the things that were going on in her life in multiple parts. I don't know if it would have been like 10 parts like an OJ, but it maybe even like 5 or 6 parts because there's just so much there. And I keep saying this throughout the video, but I wonder exactly what questions they will be willing to ask, what questions they will be willing to answer, and how deep they're going to go with their answer. It's one thing to ask the question, but again, they could just like easily skirt the answer with something very neatly tied up in a bow, and I want them to really go there. For me, it's like, there's been a good number of like Whitney specials on TV. I mean, we recently had that Whitney documentary on Showtime, Whitney Can I Be Me, that came out like almost a year ago. If you're gonna do a documentary about Whitney and you're going to get the approval of the estate, and yes, I know that's like a very fine line and dance that you're doing with the estate in terms of like, yes, you have access to this unreleased footage, but at the same time, it's like, this does come with some regulations and what you can say. The bottom line is, if you're promoting this movie as a movie that really answers a lot of questions that you've been wanting to know, you need to go there, man. Like, that's all I ask, is I hope that they're as honest as possible, as they're willing to be, as they can be, and I just hope that they offer something new with this documentary that we haven't really seen before, aside from the unreleased footage, of course. And you know what? I'm like hoping that if they can get some sort of like live album to go with this, I think that might be asking a little too much, but that would be great because I think it would make sense. I'm so excited. I really am. I mean, clearly I've made 3 videos about this Whitney documentary and I haven't even seen the movie yet. So I'm just so excited. I'm so excited. I'm hopeful, I'm optimistic, and I'm a little scared. I just really hope that they don't mess this up. I'm rooting for this movie to be good for Whitney's sake because she really deserves that. And alright, that's about it with this video. If you liked it, please give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and please turn on the notification button down below so you know when a new video from me comes out. And comment down below, what are your thoughts about now the Whitney Houston documentary official trailer? And yeah, just leave your comments down below because I'd love to, of course, talk about Whitney, and let me know also, like, what do you hope that this documentary will be able to accomplish that hasn't already been said about Whitney? I hope the truth. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I will also be linking in the pinned comment down below all the links to the videos I made about the European teaser trailer, the American teaser trailer, and also some other Whitney Houston related videos that I made on this channel. I did a review for the Whitney Can I Be Me documentary. I did a review of The Preacher's Wife around Christmas time, and I also reviewed that Bobby Christina TV movie that came out like a couple months ago. So if you want to look at that, it's other Whitney Houston related content, I'll link it down in the pinned comment below. And yeah, that's pretty much it. As always, everything I said was just my own personal thoughts and all of my humble opinion. I can't wait to see this movie. I gotta get a new Whitney Houston shirt in the meantime, but yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!